Good morning all, how we doing, and welcome back to the channel. Got the caddy tore apart just a little bit. The only thing I did do was take out the seats because I need to finish covering that seat just like we did that one the last time. And I did buy new carpet for it. I don't know if I had told you guys that or not. It's from a company called, I don't even remember. Anyway, I purchased it online. I've got it up in the attic, but I've got, I don't know, it's not, it doesn't look too promising within the caddy. I haven't got it swept out yet, but I did get all the carpet tore out of it, and the passenger side is just a little bit worse than what I thought. I'm sorry, the driver's side is. The passenger side looks pretty good over there. Remarkably happy with that. This carpet's held in. It's got quite a bit of glue on it, and it has these little tabs where it has these little push locks on it. That was kind of a pain in the butt to get all those ripped out of there. You can see I just ripped the carpet through there because it's old and rotted, and it came right off. That glue is sticky as all get out. I had it all over my hands, all over my body. Well, okay, not my body, but my pants and stuff. So it was pretty sticky. The driver's side is this floor plan goes up into here, just like this, and you can see where this seam sealer goes right through there, and then comes around the tunnel. But it's rotted clear up by the steering column. Now, this cowl does leak, so water will drip down through there. I need to get this thing parked inside. This is probably going to turn into a fair weather driver. We got some rust going on right through here. You can see the floor or the ground outside right there. This cross member for the seat has got some rot in it right through here. This back side is probably savable, maybe, I don't know. We're gonna try to, but this cross member goes all the way across to the other side underneath this tunnel support. So I don't know, I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. These rails, they're starting to rot. This one on this side is completely gone. You can see daylight through here, down on the ground. So I did find floor pans for it online, but I'm just not quite sure what I want to do. Yeah, I don't know. We got a show to go to tomorrow, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the seats covered, get them in. I may put some plastic down in here and go ahead and throw the new carpet in. That way it doesn't stick to all this glue, and I can pull it out if I just if I choose to do the floor pans later on, which I'm probably going to do. We'll kind of go from there. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm at on the caddy. A little bit worse off than what I thought. It is what it is. I mean, the vehicle's an 80, so it's 20, 30. The vehicle's 39 years old, so you can't see me. For 39 years old, I would say that little truck looks pretty damn good for being an Ohio truck all of its life. What probably helped the most is it was a little shop truck for a poultry farm up north someplace. I'm not certain exactly where at in Ohio, but in the northwestern portion of Ohio, there's a poultry farm up there. And it was its little shop truck. They used it for errands, tools, what have you. It still had some of the stickers on it when we bought it on the back window, and the name of the poultry company, but I can't exactly remember what it was. So anyway, it has came a long way from what it was. I think it's good. I think it looks pretty damn cool, but it's not an errand getter. It's not a poultry truck anymore. It's it's come a long way. I really enjoy the hell out of driving it, and it turns a lot of heads. So we're gonna go ahead and press forward on it. Like I said, I think I might just throw some plastic down in there. That way that I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. For right now, I'm probably just gonna cover that seat and throw them back in there and put the floor mats in it and call it good for right now, just so we can take it up to that show tomorrow. But let's get to covering that seat. I'm gonna go over it, so if there's anything that I missed last time, I can show you. I'm sure that there was, but I did get a new cushion off of Marketplace. There's a few groups that I'm a member of, and I was able to conjure up one of those off one of the Facebook groups that I'm a member of, because this side here is completely gone, and this one here is just starting to wear just a little bit, but once we get the new cover on it, it should be all good. After you have everything disassembled, you only really need a few tools to do this project. You need some hog rings, some hog ring pliers, some regular pliers, and probably some needle nose pliers. To get this cover off is pretty simple. Just like last time, there's a wire back here. Undo that wire. Pull that out of that rail. And then this pops right off. Just like that. Now you're going to want to pull this wire out all the way through, because we're going to reuse this wire. If we were going to reuse this seat pan, the seat cushion, you would have to tip this back like so and cut those hog rings in there to be able to pull this cover completely off and to reuse this cushion. But we're not going to reuse this cushion because we have a new one right over here that I showed you earlier. Alright, I got my wire pulled out of the old seat. Then I grabbed that new cushion, or that new used cushion I got off of Marketplace, and I have this bottom attached to the rails that's molded into the foam. There's a steel rod that goes all the way along here on both sides. And you need to hog ring this cushion, or this top pad, or this top cover, to that steel rod that goes all the way through there. You can see I put 3 hog rings in on each side. There's little divots down in there to allow you to get down to that steel rod on both sides. And there was provisions sewn into the pad from 3.14 covers to be able to hog ring this in place. After I'm done with that, flip all this over, just like so. And one thing I don't believe I showed you guys last time was when I threaded this wire through there, I took just the very end of the wire just like that and folded it over. Just like that. That way, as I'm threading it through here, it doesn't poke holes and poke out of this little channel that's sewn in there all the way across. Alright, after you get that threaded all the way through there, I was able to push it up to just about 3/4 of the way, and then I had to basically push and pull, you know, all the gathering the rest of the way. We can go ahead and set it on the frame and reattach everything. Alright, after that's clipped in place, You're gonna have to really pull and work to get that clipped into that rail, and it will go, but it's just really, really tight. You pull these wires back over and pinch those over on both sides, and the bottom is ready to go back in the vehicle. You might want to take and push and pull on this seat cover right here just to smooth out any wrinkles, but for the most part it comes out pretty good. So this is ready to go back in the truck. The way the top comes off is just a little bit different. You have all these little tabs right through here. You need to take and bend those out, and eventually those will get cut off. The way he does it from 3.1 covers, these will not be reused. After you get your new cover on and around your headrest, there's a little flap right here that comes through the front, right through here. There's a little metal rod that goes through here. You just take that and pull it up on these tabs. Now this one here is going to take some finesse to really rub these wrinkles out, get everything set just right. And then the way this one closes is he has two plastic ribs that just interlock with each other on the bottom instead of using these spikes that were on the factory one. Alright, both seats are done. They turned out pretty good. That's the first one I did, and that's the second one I did. Pretty much the same. It's just puckering just a little bit more than what I like up in here. But for the most part, they both turned out pretty good. I purchased these from 3.14 Covers on Instagram. His link will be, or his information will be in the description if you want to check him out on Instagram. That's where he does most of his ordering and everything from. Just call him, tell him I sent you, and call him the Pie Man. He'll really like that. Now we need to turn our attention to that, get that swept out, and see what we are actually going to do to alleviate that issue. Alright, it's several hours later. I had to go get some work done before I could start on this floor. I got the caddy pulled in the garage, and I have everything swept out inside. Like I said, it's worse than what I thought. We're through right here. It's starting to go through right up and through there. Now this pan will go up on this edge, and then it follows along that edge and rides right along through here, through there, and then this side, you kind of got to fake it, and you got to cut it off right along through there. There's just a little bit for this track right here, but for the most part, this pan here is all one piece. So that's why you said you got to. That's why I said you kind of got to fake it from what I saw online. So it'll be just this side here. The tunnel's fine. That is fine. That's just superficial right there. It's nowhere near through. We'll just put some paint on that and call that good. We do have some rust up there on the firewall right there too. I don't feel that it's bad enough that it needs to be replaced. We can just patch that little section right there. Right up in there is one of these little pins that holds the carpet in place. But for right now, the time being, I think what I'm going to do is from the bottom of this track right here, right in through here, over to maybe this rib right here, I'm going to weld a piece of steel in here and
just to keep this up in place is kind of my idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll weld it just along the bottom of the track right here, and then maybe about 2 inches wide or so right in through here, and try and support this track just so we can drive it tomorrow and until my pan comes in, because it's actually through right here too. This whole back section is pretty bad, just like this section up and through here. This is a homemade patch that somebody did. I mean, they did a fairly decent job of patching in. The only thing that concerns me is this cross piece right here, this cross brace for the seats. It is starting to rot on this bottom side too. So it's not real bad on this back side, but the front side, it's gone all the way through here up into where it starts making to go up and over the tunnel. So I don't know if I can find one of these or not. Gonna have to look and see what all is available. So that's kind of what I'm faced with in the next few hours. I know it's kind of going to be a long night for me, so I did stop and grab a couple of monsters to help me through the evening, to see what I can get done. Seats are done. They turned out really good. I showed those to you earlier today. Very, very pleased with the seats. Like I said, his information is in the description. It's just his Instagram. Go to Instagram and it's at 3.14 covers, and I believe that's what it is. Anyway, it'll be in there, and I'll put it right here too. So check him out on Instagram and see what he has. So right now I'm going to get that fixed, and then I'll show you what I do afterwards. I don't really want to do any welding. I've already screwed up one camera from welding. When I first started off, I didn't have a filter on it, and it burnt the lens. So right now I'm going to fix that, and I'll check back with you in a few minutes. Well, okay, a few hours. Alright, this is what I come up with for my quick fix. I cut all that metal that was rotted loose from underneath this track, and then I laid a piece of 3-inch in there actually, underneath just ever so slightly, and then I tacked it just a bunch of different places along through there. This is just a quick fix, and a bunch of different places through there. I had to grind off all this sound deadening. Used a hammer and chisel for most of it, and then just kind of ground it smooth. And that's my quick fix to try and get us up to Kalida tomorrow. If you guys are in the area, I'm gonna hurry up and go in and get this video edited and uploaded tonight, I hope. If you guys gotta get the seats in, and then it should be good to go. If you guys are in the Kalida, Ohio area, I will be in Kalida tomorrow at Pioneer Days for the car show. I should be there all day up till probably about 4 o'clock. Look me up, love to see you guys if you're in the area. I know there's a few guys here that's local, so that's where I'll be. In the meantime, guys, if you don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Later on.